Hey guys, Miles from Milesfit here. Today is a super special day. Welcome to the Ask Miles Show, episode 1 on Milesfit TV. So, I'm going to break down what exactly this show is going to be. It's going to be an ongoing series on a week-to-week basis, and I'm going to go over what the purpose is behind the show, what the intent is of the show, and actually what we're going to be doing today in the show. So the concept of the Ask Miles show is really an opportunity for you to ask any and all questions that you have about health, fitness, motivation, and lifestyle. If that sounds like a good idea, give this video some likes, give it some hearts, show it a little bit of love, comment down below. So that's the whole concept, to be able to ask and answer questions on this show. So actually, for this episode, I've received a bunch of questions already, and I'm going to be going over 3 of those questions today. And from those questions, we're going to be able to look at some of the key things that you need to be doing with your health and fitness. Okay? So, the first question, I have actually my computer over here, so I'm just going to go right over here. Give me 1 second. Technology, right? It's always fun. And boom. So what I just did there, I shared the live feed on the Milesfit page. So if you're on the Milesfit page, you can be watching the show there. If you're watching it right here on my personal page, great. So back to the concept of the Ask Miles show. This is basically an episode where I'm going to be answering all health and fitness questions, things in the department of lifestyle, motivation, and encourage you guys during the show as well to put your questions down below. If I get an opportunity during the show, I can absolutely answer those as well. And if not, I'll save those questions for future shows. Right, so let's get back to the first question. So the first question that I have here is, can I eat carbs to lose weight? This is a very, very common question that I'm asked. Now, obviously, every question needs to be put in some type of context. Context is super important. A question in isolation without any information about the circumstances doesn't really give you much to work with. So, for the question of, can I eat carbs to lose weight? Let's take an example of an average person who might have somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 25 plus pounds to lose, okay? Now, here's the thing. If you have weight to lose, probably you haven't been following a good nutrition plan in the first place. If that's the case, the first step is really about cleaning things up. A good approach in the beginning to keep things simple is actually to avoid carbohydrates for a certain period of time. Now remember, this isn't forever. This is in the beginning stages of making that shift. Fact of the matter is, if you have a good amount of fat tissue to lose, your hormones and your physiology are not optimized to be able to break down and assimilate carbohydrates and use them at the cellular level for energy. So if you are in an inflamed state, if you've been chronically eating lots of sugar and processed foods, your body can do with a nice little break from carbohydrates. Now remember, I want to emphasize, this doesn't mean that carbohydrates are bad. This doesn't mean not to eat carbohydrates. It's very important to really emphasize those 2 components. Whenever you're looking at nutrition, you need to understand where your body is in a given moment in time. That is where nutrition is most relevant, not where you're going to be in 4 weeks or 6 weeks and 2 years as your body composition changes and evolves. Of course, as that happens, as you lose weight, as you reduce inflammation, as you become healthier, as you become more fit, your body will be able to more efficiently break down, assimilate carbohydrates, and use them at the cellular level for energy and for fuel. But if you're just starting your weight loss journey, like I said before, it's probably a good idea to reduce your carbohydrate consumption, to control your insulin levels, and to give your body a break from trying to break down carbohydrates. At the same time, what will happen in the beginning, which can cause a little bit of motivation, is that when you do remove carbohydrates from your nutritional plan, two things happen. Number one, your calories will go down, which will create a metabolic deficit, which will result in weight loss. In addition, by reducing the carbohydrates, carbohydrates attract water in the body. So as you reduce carbohydrates, you will release some water from the body, which will actually positively affect the scale. Now, of course, it's just water weight, but psychologically, to see those numbers go down in the beginning can really get you motivated to stay on track with your nutrition plan. So in the beginning, going back to the question of can I eat carbs to lose weight, it depends where you are in your journey. If you're literally just starting out and you've been consuming in general lots of carbohydrates, processed foods, sugar, stuff like that, and you have 10, 20, 30 plus pounds to lose, you probably want to remove carbohydrates, but you can also replace them with some good stuff. You can replace them with fibrous vegetables and healthy fats like olive oil and unsalted, unfried, nuts and seeds, stuff like that. If you're eating a ton of carbohydrates, if right now 40, 50, 60% of your nutrition coming in is made up of carbohydrates, you don't want to remove everything and create a massive deficit. By deficit, I mean a calorie deficit, eating too little. If you're consuming too few calories, that can create a problem. Okay, that's another story. We can look at that another time. Right now, we're just focusing on, can I eat carbs to lose weight? So if you're starting your journey, eating lots of carbohydrates is not the best thing because your physiology and your hormonal profile is not optimized to break down, assimilate, and use carbohydrates at the cellular level for energy and for fuel. Your body will do better regulating insulin levels, regulating blood sugar levels. Now, here's the thing. If you cut carbohydrates out for a certain period of time, you will give your body that break, you will improve your physiology, and this in turn will allow you to actually consume some carbohydrates because now you can use them more efficiently because your physiology is better. So that's a key thing to understand because a lot of people assume that carbs are bad, carbs are the devil, you have to remove carbs completely. No. It depends on the context of the situation. If you've been using and abusing carbohydrates, which is a no-no, you have to remove them temporarily to balance your physiology. But once your physiology is balanced, then you can reintroduce them. And when you reintroduce them, quality matters. Quality is key. So when it comes to carbohydrates, things like brown rice, sweet potato, low glycemic fruit like berries and apples, stuff like that is superb and excellent. These are complex carbohydrates that won't spike your insulin levels, they won't disrupt your blood sugar, and they in turn will be easier on your body to process and digest, given that you've balanced your physiology by giving your body a little break from carbohydrates. So that's really a key tip. In the beginning, carbs are probably not your friend, but soon after, and by the way, how much after? We didn't actually take a look at that. After would probably be, depending on the situation, anywhere from 1 week for some people, all the way up to 4 and even 6 weeks. If you have 50 plus pounds to lose and your body is in an inflamed state, you probably want to reduce carbohydrates for a 4 to 6 week period to give your body that break. Then, like I said, reintroduce them slowly with low glycemic, complex carbohydrates, stuff that's good for you, stuff that's healthy for you, stuff that you can break down and use in your body. If that sounds good, consuming good healthy carbohydrates, give this video some likes and give it some hearts. Comment down below, share the love, people, and feel free to share this video on your wall. The second question I have here is it okay to have a cheat meal every week? This is a great question. Is it okay to have a cheat meal every week? Now, the answer people want to hear is yes, it's okay to have a cheat meal every week. Unfortunately, I hate to burst your bubble, but if you do have a big cheat meal every week, it probably is going to disrupt your whole nutrition planning, and it's going to throw off a lot of your progress. And that's just the fact of the matter. If you're someone who is very active and you're somebody who has a fast metabolism, you probably can get away with a cheat meal every week and maintain, and in some cases improve, your body composition. However, this is not the case for most people, and it is certainly not the case for people trying to lose 10, 20, 30 plus pounds. If you're following a good nutrition plan and you're making progress throughout the week, and then the weekend comes, and on the weekend you have your big cheat meal, let's say a burger, fries, a milkshake, you're rewarding yourself for your discipline and diligence during the week, that meal is going to throw everything off. I'm telling you, if you actually track your progress, you'll see that that meal will throw everything off. Now, it's important to mention that I'm not saying not to have a cheat meal. I'm just putting the cheat meal in the context of the situation of trying to lose weight and trying to be healthy and trying to be fit. It is absolutely cool and totally okay to consume junk food and have cheat meals. And as a matter of fact, I encourage it. However, you have to understand where you're at on your journey. If you're in the beginning stages of some type of nutritional program and fitness regime, and you're trying to get in shape and you're trying to lose weight, if you come out every single week with a cheat meal, you're going to totally and utterly disrupt your biochemistry, and you're going to massively slow down your progress. And what's going to happen when you slow down your progress, that in turn is going to demotivate you. And when you're demotivated, what do you think the likelihood is of actually following the plan? Well, let me tell you, the probability is very, very small, very minute, and that in turn will lead to more cheating on a nutritional program and falling off track, falling off the wagon, which will precipitate this constant physiological imbalance, and you will not move towards your health and fitness goals, unfortunately. So when it comes to cheat meals, if you're in the early stages of a nutritional program to lose weight, 10, 20, 30 plus pounds, you don't want to have a cheat meal every single week. Okay, it really is going to throw things off and disrupt the whole thing. So my recommendation for someone who really wants a cheat meal when they're following a strict plan, that's if they're following a strict plan. There are other ways to lose weight. You don't have to be so strict. But in this example, let's take the typical plan where you're eating 95, 100% healthy, and you're being super diligent and disciplined, and then you want to reward yourself. The frequency of a cheat meal and a reward probably should be once every 3 to 4 weeks. Oh, I know what some of you are saying. Oh my God, every 3 to 4 weeks, how am I going to survive? Well, remember, this is the initial stage. If you want to be able to balance your biochemistry, improve your physiology, and update your hormonal profile, and essentially get your body working more efficiently, if you feed it with junk food and cheat meals every single week, you will not achieve that result. Okay, and that's going to be a problem. So the rule is, in the beginning, if you're looking for faster results, you would have to be more strict. Now, if you're a patient person and you're in it for the long haul, if that's the case, you can take your time a little bit more with that, and you can probably get away with a cheat meal every 2 weeks. But you still don't want to go too crazy on the meal. A cheat meal is not a license to binge. A cheat meal is not a license to just go crazy and throw your nutrition to the wind. It's about being smart and intelligent still with your choices. You know, you don't have to have a burger and fries and a milkshake. There's no reason why you can't have a burger and a salad and some water. You can still get the burger. So that's an important concept as well. Just because it's a cheat meal doesn't mean that you have to throw all your nutrition out the window. It can be something balanced where you get something you want, but also in addition to that, you balance it out with some healthy components so you don't go totally off the deep end. Okay? So that's really what it comes down to with cheat meals. So is it okay to have a cheat meal every week? If you're trying to lose weight, 10, 20, 30 plus pounds, it is not a good idea to have a cheat meal every week. It's going to totally throw off your nutrition and disrupt everything. Every 3 to 4 weeks is cool. That will work. It will give you enough time to make enough progress, and then you can enjoy something tasty, something that's not typically part of your normal regime, and you'll be able to stay balanced. But remember, it depends. Now, let's just say you're someone who's not trying to lose weight. You're just trying to build some muscle mass, and you have more of a slim and ectomorphic type of physique with a fast metabolism. Well, in that case, you can get away with a cheat meal every week because your physiology permits to do so. But for your average person who has 10, 20, 30 plus pounds to lose, having that cheat meal every single week will be detrimental. Now, what I want to address on the topic of consuming foods that are not good for you, or junk foods or pro-inflammatory foods and things like that, you can absolutely eat those during the week. It's just all about balance and selection. So that doesn't mean you can eat, pizza and cake and all this kind of stuff every single day. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. But if you want to make, for example, a nice extra lean beef burger and have some, let's say, salad on the side, you can have a nice tasty burger during the week, preferably if possible post-workout, and a nice salad on the side. So you don't feel necessarily like you're depriving yourself and you're not giving yourself that which you want. So you can incorporate healthier versions of junk foods into your nutritional plan by cooking them yourselves. So that's number one. If you cook it yourself, you're in control of the ingredients, and it's not going to be laced with tons of oil and butter and fat and all of these things. So if you take your average restaurant burger and fries, which is on a white processed bun with a fatty beef patty and lathered on with mayonnaise, and you have fries that are deep fried in oil, and you have some type of sugary soft drink on the side, yeah, that's going to be a ton of calories. A burger, fries, and a sugary drink, you're probably looking in the ballpark of anywhere from 650, 700 calories to 1,200 calories. If you get double bacon and cheese and all kinds of crazy stuff, the calories can actually skyrocket to astronomical proportions. But let's say, to keep it simple, a full meal would probably be in the range of about 800, 900 calories. Yeah, super, super caloric. Now, if you made your own burger at home and you used a multigrain or whole wheat bun, and instead of using a fatty beef patty, you used an extra lean beef patty, and instead of using a high-fat mayonnaise, you use the lower-fat mayonnaise, or a little cool trick, you can take some low-fat Greek yogurt, you can put in there some chopped up herbs like coriander and kind of create like your own tzatziki style thing instead of mayonnaise. That's great. That's low calorie. Greek yogurt has good amount of protein in it. The herbs are great as well. If that sounds really good, taking some low-fat Greek yogurt, chopping in some coriander, making a nice burger, give this video some likes, give it some hearts, show a little bit of love for a nice tasty burger. So that's an option. And then for fries, you can make some sweet potato fries that are baked with a little bit of coconut oil spray and some rosemary, and boom, you just made a burger at home that's going to taste absolutely delicious. And the calories on that burger are probably going to be in the range of maybe 400 to 500 calories, and coming from good, solid, quality ingredients. So that's kind of how you hack having cheat meals during the week. You make them yourself, and you make a good quality, healthy version of it that still tastes amazing and tastes great. Okay, so just to summarize, don't have a big, greasy, calorie meal once a week if you're trying to lose weight. It's going to throw everything off. I'm sorry to deliver the news, but it's not going to work, unfortunately. Now, the third question I have here is, what's the most simple tip to lose weight? Well, there's a few of them, but I'm going to go with one. It's going to sound a little boring. However, it really is powerful. A simple tip to lose weight is to make sure to drink water. I know, you've heard this how many times? 1 million, but it's true. So many people are not drinking enough water. And if your body is dehydrated and your cells are not properly hydrated, your physiology will be off kilter. A lot of the times, food cravings and hunger actually stem from dehydration. So just by being properly hydrated on a regular basis can ensure that your physiology and hormones are more balanced so that you don't have these intense cravings and you're not hungry all the time. Now, a good tip with water is to make sure to drink a nice tall glass of water first thing in the morning. Not a lot of people realize this, but while you're sleeping and while you're breathing, you're losing water from your body. Okay, as a matter of fact, when you wake up in the morning, if you weigh yourself the night before and then you weigh yourself in the morning, you'll see right away that there's a weight difference. You're losing water during your sleep. Water is essential to the human body. 2/3 or more of the human body is made up of water. We are water beings. We need water. We need to be hydrated. We need to fuel our cells with that quality liquid. So the best way to ensure that you are getting enough water is to first and foremost start your day with a glass of water and hydrate to annihilate first thing in the morning. That's one of the number one tips that we give to our clients at Milesfit. Start your day with a nice big glass of water. Hydrate that body. Get that water in those cells. That's what you want. And you can actually add stuff to the water. You can add some nice squeeze of lemon, a little bit of a squeeze of lime, which is great. Add some extra nutrients to your water as well. And in addition to that, you can even put a little bit of pinch of sea salt in there. A lot of people do that. That's a good strategy as well. And it's a great way to start your day. You know, they say the way you start your day is how you finish your day. So by that notion, you want to start your day on the right foot. You want to get off on the right foot. And if you start with proper hydration and a tall glass of water with maybe a little bit of lemon and lime squeezed in there with a little bit of sea salt, you're going to prime your physiology to be optimal. You're going to prime your physical body and your mental and psychological acuity and focus. And that's going to carry over throughout your entire day and lead to you actually having more motivation as well. So think about that. A little bit of water in the morning, a little bit more motivation throughout the day to get stuff done. Plus that water and that hydration, it's going to curb appetite, it's going to regulate hunger, you're going to eat less, you're going to be more alert, you're going to have more energy, greater focus, you're going to be stronger, you're going to feel better, and in turn, all of that's just going to lead you to dominate your day, all from hydration in the morning. So that's really a simple tip to lose weight. So those were 3 awesome questions that I received here, and I'm glad I was able to go over that stuff with you on the Ask Miles show on Milesfit TV. This is episode 1. If you like the concept of this show, give this video some likes, some hearts, show it a little bit of love, just to kind of reiterate and bring everybody up to speed, maybe people who are tuning in later to this video. The concept behind this video is to be able to answer questions regarding health, fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle. So any questions you guys have, ask them in the comments down below. You can email me as well at info@milesfit.com. Ask any questions there. We'll feature you on the show. We'll feature those questions as well. And it's my pleasure to take the time to be able to answer questions. It's a sea of confusing information out there. If you go on Google and you try and do a search, you're going to find thousands and millions of articles with conflicting information. This person says eat carbs, this person says don't eat carbs. This person says high protein, this person says low protein. This person says go ketogenic, high fat, high protein. Someone else says go all carbs. It's not that some people are right and some people are wrong. It just depends on the situation, the context, your situation, and what's going to work for you. So the fact of the matter is there never is one answer to a question. There are literally shades of gray, and within those shades of gray, you have to be able to decipher and pinpoint the exact key elements and components which are right for you. Now, you can spend months, years, ages trying to sift through information and understand what's what, or you can ask Miles on the Ask Miles show by putting your comments down below. and I will get to those in future videos. And I'm going to make this a weekly video series. So right now, you're probably watching this on Facebook Live on my personal page. If you are maybe watching it on the Milesfit page, if you're not watching on the Milesfit page, be sure to go check out Milesfit, Milesfit. Check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like our page because we have tons and tons of updates there all the time about what we're doing at the Milesfit private personal training studio in NDG in the Monkland Village in Montreal. We always have cool stuff going on, and lately we've been sharing a lot of awesome content, valuable content on social media, and we're going to continue to do so to add as much value as possible. Now, I have a little something special to close the show. I have a little bonus question that I'm going to ask you guys here, okay? So it's up to you guys to figure this out. Now, I have a bowl over here, okay? A little bowl. And you might be wondering what's in this bowl. Okay, well that's actually the question. I'm going to show you, and you're going to guess down below what's in this bowl. Okay, if someone can manage to get this right, I will hook you up at the Milesfit studio with a free private training session. Okay, so we'll see. So right here, okay, we have a bowl. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'll tell you that it's good for you and that it's tasty. It's good for you and it's tasty. So comment down below, try and guess what is in this bowl, and if you manage to get it right, I will connect you at the studio with a free private training session. How does that sound, guys? If that sounds good, give this video some likes, give it some love, some hearts, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Miles from Milesfit with the Ask Miles show on Milesfit TV, episode numero uno. Stay tuned for future weeks for all of the next episodes answering your questions about health, fitness, lifestyle, and motivation. Take care, guys.